Of the county of Maui. And just for context for everyone on the live stream, describe what does it mean, the county of Maui?
Oh, Maui County consists of 4 islands: Molokai, Lanai, Kaho'olawe, and Maui. So we don't have a city, we have a county. And we have a strong mayor operation. So we have about 170,000 people. And with tourists, a little over 200,000 at any given time.
That's great. You know, up on stage you talked a lot about change bringing opportunity, and we're certainly seeing a big set of changes occurring around County of Maui. What kind of opportunities are coming out of that?
When we're looking at the alternative energy field, you're seeing a lot of the wind farms come up. They're business opportunities. The photovoltaic companies that are coming up, putting on business as well as individual homes, those are business opportunities. And when you consider that every one of those photovoltaic systems on each house is about a $20,000 to $30,000 investment, that's a lot of money that's changing hands on creating another industry. And when you look at the thousands of people that have done it and the number of photovoltaic panels that are going up, there's a lot of money being made there. So those are opportunities. Our county has put in photovoltaic systems at many of our facilities, our wastewater facilities, our police and fire stations, our water department. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to cut back on our electric bills. But more than that, we're trying to get stability in our electric bills. So from a systemic standpoint, with petroleum power, we don't know from month to month what the electricity is going to cost us. With a photovoltaic system, we know for 20 years what it's going to cost us. And for planning and budgeting purposes, it's much easier to be consistent. And besides that, you know, we're helping with the carbon footprint. So there's a plus in it for us all the way. At the same time, we were one of the biggest users of electricity from the electric company. So they no longer produce most of the electricity that we use. So they lose an opportunity to make that profit. But the taxpayers in the long run save, so you have to be able to figure out what is the goal ultimately. And it's for the quality of life for people within our communities. How do we build the best community with the best vision? You don't take into consideration the individual businesses. You take into consideration how do all the businesses fit together to be able to create that quality of life. If the alternative energy companies come up and we're keeping $6 to $8 billion worth of cost in state, then that's economic development for the state because the businesses that are within our communities are the ones that are making that money. Now, how many industries can you develop where you can save $6 to $8 billion of economic development?
Right.
Very few.
So this is the context that I know you. I saw you at the Maui Energy Conference last year, and you know, you're just a powerful, dynamic person and kind of a very respected local leader for those of you who are not familiar with the mayor of Maui. But a lot of the things that you talk about, I think it just is an evergreen topic with a lot of folks, leaders in rural areas in the islands, is to regulate or not to regulate. You were having this passionate sparring moment with Commissioner Akiba, and so do you think competition is the answer to basically a more deregulated kind of market?
Competition tends to be able to force companies to do the very best job that they can to survive. So competition, I believe in competition. When we first started with the PUC and the regulatory agencies, there was no competition, so they were regulating a monopoly. And you have to have some kind of control over a monopoly. As more and more companies want to get involved in the business, just like the telephone company, the monopoly disappeared because you don't have a singular source, but now you have, in the case of the phone company, literally dozens of different competitors. And they will self-regulate because when they're competing with each other, they're looking for the best prices, the best product, and the consumer is what's going to drive the competition. When the electricity gets to the point where we're looking at the consumers driving who is going to be paid for producing their electricity, then we're going to have a truly good idea of what the economy should be. Now, Hawaii has been paying close to 3 times the national average for electricity, close to 3 times. And yet when you ask any of the producers of the electricity, what is it that makes us so expensive? Nobody can give you a straight answer, right?
Right.
Is it the shipping cost because we have to go across the sea? If this is shipping costs and we can produce the alternative energy in Hawaii, then you can eliminate the shipping cost as part of the bill. You can drop the price. No, that's not the reason. Is it the cost of the labor? Well, the labor costs on most of the cities in the mainland and in Hawaii are pretty comparable. So no, it's not the cost of labor. So we can't drop the price because of the labor costs. Is it the cost of the material that we have here? Well, you bring electric line into Texas, or you bring it into Maine, or you bring it into Hawaii, you still pay the company that delivers it, and then he's got the product. Right. So when you ask directly, is this the major cost? Oh no, you can't depreciate the cost because of that, because it's not that big.
So the competition breeds more transparency, and then you have a lot more of a free market kind of scenario better for consumers.
Ultimately,
yeah.
I have a friend that runs a gas station. So, well, the guys in Texas that deliver the fuel, they determine the price.
Right.
Whatever I happen to feel like today, that's what the price is going to be.
Right.
And that's what I believe the fuel prices are in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's whatever the companies that are delivering it determine it should be. And every time you see the alternative energy field being broached, you see the prices of petroleum miraculously drop.
Right.
And the costs drop. Now,
Right. Well, I hate to say this, but I'm getting my cue that we're wrapping up. But we could be here for half an hour. It would be so great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So thank you so much, Mayor Arakawa.
We have this tendency of over-regulating.
Yeah.
Right, and we have to get away, and this is in all the departments.
Yeah.
We have to be able to get that back to a common sense regulation. It's that simple.
Tremendous. Thank you, Mayor Alan
Thank you for
Arakawa.
bringing that to everyone's attention.
Thanks.